Imagine the day where you can celebrate with the loved ones whom you've lost. Doesn't that sound nice? Throughout the years, we have come up with ways to remember those whom have passed, whether it's taking flowers to their graves, holding a memorial service, or simply doing some of the things that they enjoy doing, like eating pancakes on a Sunday morning. In Mexico, the people have a holiday known as Dia de los Muertos to celebrate their deceased loved ones. I've had the opportunity to be part of these celebrations over the years, but nevertheless, I have done some extensive research to better inform you on this topic. In today's speech, I will be talking about the origins of Dia de los Muertos, how it is celebrated, and how it has become an important part of our Hispanic culture. The origins of Dia de los Muertos traces back to the Aztecs. In the article, How Ancient Traditions Grew into a Global Holiday by Ivan Roman 2020, he states that the Aztecs used skulls to honor the dead a millennium before the Day of the Dead celebrations emerged. During these celebrations, the Aztecs would build altars, dance to music, and place food offerings for the death goddess Mictecacihuatl and those whom have passed. They believed the death goddess Mictecacihuatl would protect the bones of their ancestors. Although these celebrations may portray death in many ways, it is in fact a celebration of life. This celebration would take course for an entire month as opposed to the 2 day holiday we now know. In another article by the Los Angeles Police Foundation, History of El Dia de los Muertos 2022, it states that the indigenous traditions and celebrations of the Aztecs were fused with the Catholic practices after the Spaniards conquered the Aztec Empire. The Spaniards are responsible for the date change of the celebration. November 1st, which is known as All Saints' Day, is to honor the departed children, while November 2nd was known as All Souls' Day, is now what we know as the Day of the Dead. Now that we know how this started, let me tell you how it is celebrated. During these celebrations, people place altars in their homes or at the cemeteries. These altars have very specific meanings. They are built within 2 to 7 tiers representing the separate worlds we live in. They contain all four elements, including fire, earth, water, and wind, and are placed with marigolds around them to wake the spirit and guide it home. In most cases, you'll see people burning copal incense for purification of the space and the people around them. The most important part is the ofrenda. On November 2nd, the altar is filled with all of the things the person used to enjoy, including music, food, and drinks. More traditional foods are also placed, like pan de muerto, mole, rice, and tamales. Candies and toys will be placed for the visiting children. So, how does this celebration tie down to culture? Well, after seeing how much time and effort goes into these celebrations, it shows how they are an important part of our culture. Big festivities are held in different parts of Mexico. One of the biggest festivities is the parade held in Mexico City, where people dress up as Catrinas and dance along the streets to lively music. Giant floats portray skeletons dancing and enjoying the celebration. Performances are also held depicting how life continues after death. If you ever go to one of these festivities, you can see our culture everywhere. In the article, The Day of the Dead in Spanish, Mexican Culture and Tradition by Baselang 2022 states, during parades, dancers and floats pay tribute to Mexican culture and tradition. From street food vendors to authors to icons of cinema and revered artists like Frida Kahlo. Now that you know about the origins, the celebration, and the culture behind Dia de los Muertos, you might view it a bit different. If you ever get a chance to be part of this great celebration, take a moment to just let it all in. Overall, it is a truly wonderful experience that I hope you'd get to enjoy. Thank you.